What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We did move down a little bit yesterday, a little bit lower than what I would have expected. Went down as low as 337. I really would have thought that we held that 340 area, but to be completely fair, looking at this for what it is, it's fine. I think it's totally fine, right? From a low here to a low there, it's not in line with these lows. I would have thought if you broke through 340 that you would have probably gone to this like 330, 325 area, but you're here, whatever, it's fine. Really what you're doing is you're bouncing not based off of price support, and I guess you are bouncing based off of price support, right? Previous area of resistance right there, it's beautiful. Should have seen that coming. But also the 50 on the RSI, right? Bitcoin Cash doesn't really respect its 50, so the fact that it's bouncing here just below its 50, right? Just like it found resistance here just below its 50, I think that that's fair, that's nice. I would call this a bounce off the 50 area. And ultimately this RSI looks bullishly postured. Now, today could be red, and you could drop this RSI down a little bit more. As long as you're getting higher lows, I'm not really too worried about the short-term stuff. We get below here, that could be a little bit concerning because that could mean we get oversold, and that could mean that we get below this low. I wouldn't like any of that stuff to happen. I don't think it does. But all that to say, I really like the idea of closing here, closing green, bouncing off of this area, holding this area, this previous area of resistance as support, as we kind of have actually throughout this little range. So I hope we do that. I want to actually go to BCH USD on Binance because it takes away that daily wick there. I want to see maybe from this low, sure. Not really anywhere. Oh, BCH does like it's like just above that 0.5 area. It does like that. Low to high. Okay. Yeah, if we move a little bit lower, that could happen. That could be fine. But again, I don't know what words to use. I like the idea of bouncing here. If we move lower, fine. That's okay. But this is a fine area to bounce, is all I'm trying to say. 4-hour RSI tipped the oversold zone, tipped it. You're living in the overbought zone, living in the areas above the 50, but all you get is a tip on the oversold zone. Very bullish, very, very bullish. Holding that 123 on the 4-hour as well. Nice, bullish engulfing candle. Not a lot of volume, moving down, volume's decaying. That's good things. Yeah, man, I think you're moving up. Again, if you move down, if I'm wrong, if you move down, you're at 345 now. You're not going to move down by much, right? Ultimately, we all know where this thing's going. Ultimately, who cares about the short-term stuff? We are obviously going to move up higher. From a high to a low, 936, 1300, those are the primary targets. Definitely focused on 1300 to this $1,900 area. But in the short term, oh man, I probably rediscover this like every single time I make a video. But in the short term, holding above this 236 is a really nice thing to do. I would definitely love to do that. Oh man, we closed below it. That's okay though. That's okay. The weekly looks a little bit more clean with that. Closing the week above $343 I think would be nice to see. If we do that, then likely we're on our way up to about $400 from this point. And that's just kind of the same stuff, the same analysis that it's been for, I don't know, since the 6th of September, since this day here, right? We're waiting for that move up, man. When it finally happens, whenever we do move up to $400, I think it'll be a big deal because then we're at a point right here, right? We're at a point where we could really be looking to break out of this lower high. That wasn't the best trend line, but this lower high trend that we're in, right? You break above the 382, you break above $400, you're looking for that 61869 area, demolishing this lower high trend, looking like we are in the next phase of this next move up, right? All good things to come. So I don't really know if I have anything else I want to say, guys. It's just more of the same stuff. The real reason I made this video today is just as an update. We went a little bit lower than I thought we were going to go, so I hope nobody's crapping themselves. I hope everybody's okay. If we move lower, same thing, right? And I said this yesterday, right? Like, I wasn't expecting that we'd move below 340, but even if we did, we'd probably still hold that 325, 330 area. So even if we do go lower, that still remains the same. I bet we do hold that area, but hopefully we do just keep moving up from here. I think things are looking bullish. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to talk about too before I end the video. I wanted to do BCH BTC. Somebody wrote that in a request. But that's okay. I don't have to give the shout out. Shout out to you, whoever you are. I'm sorry I didn't give you the shout out. I'll probably do another video on this in the near future and give you a shout out. So once I actually look at the request, but I think it is worth looking at. Whoever you were saying it looks like it's dropping out. It looks like it's it's going to the downside. I don't think it does. I think it looks good. Weekly RSI looks great, phenomenal. Price action looks fine, higher lows, right? Flat top here. I mean, we're just in the same area that we've been for months now, right? There's really not a whole lot to go off of. It's the same thing that I've been saying for months. We're waiting. We're just waiting for this thing to get its next leg up, and it's probably going to be any moment now, any week, any day. It could literally start tomorrow, man. Like any day now. But we'll see. I do kind of expect that most cryptos, if not like most crypto-related stocks as well, might see like a red day or two for the beginning of the month. But I think it's going to be a bullish October, you guys. I think it's going to be a really bullish October. Bitcoin Cash, I did that in the last segment of my video yesterday. Every time it's had an October in bull markets, it's always been green, right? Every single bull market October that it's had has been green. The only red Octobers that it's had, or even neutral Octobers that it's had, were during the bear markets, I believe. Except for I think its very first neutral green one was at the very end of the bull market. But anyways, all that to say, I think this month will be green. I think we'll get some growth in the USD pair. Hopefully we get some growth in the BTC pair as well. Start making our way up here so we can get that breakout, form a higher high, higher low uptrend versus Bitcoin. You know, all that stuff. I don't really know if I have much more that I want to say about this, right? It's just the same stuff that it's been for months now. We're just waiting. It's going to happen. I have the utmost confidence that we are not going to go lower. We're just waiting for it to go up. That's all I got to say. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. One last shout out to the Dragon Riders. Let me see. Is there a little something maybe at the end? I don't know. We got another month closed with September closing, so it's another month on the books for this ribbon to start closing higher, right? It was a green month as well, right? Last month was a 4% green month. Not that much, but still decent. As long as we keep closing green months, guys, we keep getting this yellow line to cross above the ribbon. That's good stuff, man. We want this ribbon to cross bullishly. And what we're doing right now, actually, guys, on this monthly look, getting above the ribbon without it crossing, getting above it, pulling back into it while it's condensing. Okay, it's still bearishly postured, mind you. It's bearishly, as long as this yellow is below the deep red, you're bearishly postured. But instead of slingshotting through like you normally would in a bearish posturing and going, you know, like lower, you held it, and now you're finding support, and you might be getting out of the ribbon. Dude, this is good stuff. Getting above $400, you guys, will be good for a bunch of different reasons, right? And it'll be a chain reaction of very significant technical indicators that just like flip mega bullish, right? They start doing things that are just very significant in the charts. It's all starting here. It's just like, when is it going to start? It's going to start soon. I'm hoping it starts, you know, like who knows, man. By the end of this week, we could be above $400. We could be on our way. I'm curious to see how it looks, but I'm definitely excited for what's to come. Not just when we get above this high, but when this flips, when we break out of our consolidation phase, when the BCH BTC chart has its first uptrend that it's ever had versus Bitcoin, right? Like all these things culminating together. These are big things, man. And I know I'm on repeat. You can go back and watch any video that I've made of Bitcoin Cash probably over the past 3 months, and 1 out of 3 of them probably have these exact words that I've been saying for the last 10 minutes in there. But it's the anticipation, I guess, man. The anticipation's getting to me. It's killing me. I'm waiting for it. I'm excited for it. It's going to happen at any given point. I hope you guys are too. I don't know what else to say, so with that, I'll end it. I was looking for something else on the ribbons here, and I couldn't find it. I guess this looks good too on the daily. Same thing, actually doing that same thing as the monthly, right? Like you pulled up above it, pulled back down. You should have blasted through, but you didn't. You held right here. Maybe BCH doesn't go any lower. That could have been it, man. And then holding up, this is actually bullish. Then you get that cross, and that adds to that fire, and you really start going. So, I don't know. Take care, guys. That's all I got for you. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.